Someday. Yes. Oh, hey. We're live. It's February. I'm blowing my nose. It's a good sign, guys. It's not a good sign. I need to get things set up. Maybe. Screen went off. I could not get Phaedra to get out from underfoot today. She's been extra cat. It's been a problem. It's been a problem. I didn't realize they that's how they told you people were live. Okay. I need to go over here. Hi guys, I think that's Jen. Hey Jen. I am getting set up for things. Nope, 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 nope. Aha! Asa! Do I have to worry about any of this? I don't think so. Dismiss that. I don't want that information. Sorry guys, I'm getting the talkback set up so that Asa can forward me your messages so we can read them. Phaedra's been on extra Phaedra today, so we've been extra kitten, which is problematic when the human has to do things, because then all time schedules go out the bloody window. Why? Because she's extra kitten, and when she's extra kitten, there's not much I can do. She's constantly underfoot. Helping, air quotes. Who do we got on? Jen and Asa? We're on. No. I am definitely doing a podcast, Asa. Jen, hello, love. Jude, you made it. Um, So far today, since I've gotten up, we have made 2 leaks. We've pulled down 1 shower curtain, and we've made an barnyard installation. So like, I don't know what was in her breakfast kibble this morning, but she's acting like she's 6 months old, not 9 years old today. But you can't leave water on the floor because that'll ruin the linoleum. Because that they'll sleep under the linoleum, pull up the glue. Like you can't do that. You can't just leave a shower curtain hanging out around for no particular reason because she'll keep playing with the shower curtain. And the yarn art installation puts strings of yarn all over the floor. So at 12 o'clock, I was cleaning up an art yarn installation that had been done without my request. And that is why we are late today. Why? I don't know. She discovered she likes pork yesterday, and it's been nothing but trouble for me ever since. It's fine. Can I drink my coffee? Maybe. They always say, you know, you want a healthy cat, healthy active cat. I don't want a healthy active cat. I want a fat, lazy old cat now. I am I was pretty positive she would be my last cat. I am very positive she's going to be my last cat. She is such a troublemaker. Also, if you're okay doing the oh, yes, you are. Never mind. I rescinded my partial statement. No, I just didn't want to trip on an art yarn installation today. That's okay. She has days. She has days where it's a problem. She has days where she mellows. She's technically a senior cat, and we want to encourage the kitten days for as long as possible because when she's healthier farther into her life cycle, sometimes the human just wants to sit and craft. That's not working out to one of those days. She should be in here demanding snacks shortly, I'd imagine. You've given up on life there? You've oozed. We've got a lot to cover today, guys, so we should get crack-a-lackin'. I'm gonna give her some snacks. Why? I don't know. I'm programmed at this point. You want these? Will you give me 15 minutes of peace if I give you snackies? I understand it's not the pork. We discovered we like picnic pork yesterday. Have your snackies. So we did nap for a while yesterday because our belly was full of ham. Oh, Jude, we'd love to see you for as long as you're here. I do have a reply. I gotta send you an email. Aaron, hello. How's it going? There's a lot going on today. Holy snickerdoodles. I'm sitting in the dark. I'm drinking out of my new mug. Let's do some podcasting, shall we? I found my January Yarn Club yarn. That's a feat in itself, so we can talk about that today. We have February Stash Club yarn to open up. The 2-week sweater challenge starts today. And I have, half a dozen other things to talk about all at the same time, because that's how things work for me. So let's start with the giant pile of white yarn just sitting off screen here. I want to talk about the January Crochet Club's sweater challenge. Look, new mug. It's a little cauldron. Kitty cute. Not dishwasher safe. And there's, oh, hang on, wait. I'm left-handed. Mugs are made for right-handed people. Look, now you can see the front. There we go. Ain't it pretty? I like that it's shaped like a cauldron. My dad found it. Oh my God, it is a gift. And we all know me in Halloween mugs, so. Hey, Ashton, how's it going today? We have things have been happening. I remember how we were doing for fun. We're going to surprise Louise later today. I have a photo of a finished hexagon cardigan. I whipped it up in like a week and a half. Gave it to my mom. Mom took it home because they were in town this week. So that is coming, that is gone. Same with the Vintage Market tote bag. I need another one for her. So I have 2 photos that I can release this week to Instagram. Because while I know Louise doesn't watch the podcast, she is an Instagrammer. So I know she's on there. So we didn't want to release a secret. So we are mere but hours from the grand reveal for Louise. So those did get done this week. I did give gifts to my niece, my sister, my brother-in-law, and my dad. Dad says his hat fits. I was hoping I made it big enough to go over a hat because he wears a baseball cap and then his hunter hat would go over top. My sister loves her brioche cowl squishiness. My mom's already put in a request for one of her own. I did show her. I understood what was happening when I showed her. So I will get one started for my mom here at some point. And the mittens went over very well. So the family gifts happened. Everybody was happy. Everybody got their stuff except for the blanket and the hat because I decided with the fabric being as expensive as the fleece lined fabric was for my sister's mitten hat set that I was going to put the hat on my sister's head first and get confirmation that it worked because it's a bit of a guesswork. Her head is a smidge smaller than mine, but not like that much smaller than mine. So if it's kind of snug on me, it usually fits her well. I wanted to test that theory out before I cut lining. So yes, we've confirmation the hat fits. So the hat and cowl are still here because I need to line them. So I've got to do that this week now that I have confirmation. She put it on her head. Yes, confirmed that it was okay. She saw the lining. She likes the lining and understands why I'm being cautious about it because it's a very freaking nice. She would prefer I double check before I cut things. Can you tell that we've both sewn things in our past that our brain goes measure twice, cut once? Oh my God. This is fine. And I think my brother-in-law understood what he was getting was a blanket. Not entirely sure. He was talking with his father-in-law. He was talking with my dad at the time, so I don't know if he was quite paying attention to what I was telling him. But it's okay. It's okay. He'll figure it out when he gets the full finished blanket. So that went well. My family has come through. If you guys didn't know, hey Sandy. They've been through 1 day visit in and gone, so they are actually already back home. And I am still recovering from that much all at once in tightness. My dad did gift me a little potted plant of roses, which I think is what's causing my allergies and issues because they have not adapted to the green thing. So little yellow roses. Right now they're doing well. We'll see how long it takes me to kill the plant. I don't know. We'll find out. I will try my best, guys. I will try my best. That's it for family stuff. Let's talk the other crochet thing I was supposed to be working on this month for the crochet group. Did I get it done? No. Was I crocheting at midnight last night? Yes. Yes, I was. That's how the cookie crumbles. I am 7 rows short being done the body of the herringbone cardigan from Hey Crochet with Carrie. It is a free pattern. It's a shrug cardigan. So I'm making the proper oversized size for my chest measurements. So when I say we're big, I mean we're big. These rows are 140 stitches long. I love, this is a free pattern, so I get to talk about this. It's 140 stitches long in the herringbone crochet stitch. Totally fine. I'm making it on all of my white powdered sugar from Karen Cake that I received from a Patreon member. But I do not have 70 rows yet. So step one was to do 100, to do 70 stitches long, and I've been puttering with this all month. I I know as soon as I'm done this, the rest will go a lot faster. This body creation is the longest and hardest part of a shrug cardigan. So I am tantalizingly close. I've read the collar instructions. I've read the lengthening instructions for the bottom half of the shrug cardigan to get that nice big drapey seat space behind you so that it drapes down to like your thighs, like most of the way down your upper thighs. So I read that. I understand what it is that she's asking me to do. I've read the collar instructions and I've read the sleeve instructions. So I know the rest of this will go really quickly. I just need to get these last few rows done. And when I say they take a while, I'm a podcast per 3 or 4 rows. Like this is a lot of crocheting and I'm quite quick at it. So we're still in the miles and miles and miles of just rectangular white knitting or white crocheting, which did I nap? Yes, I love wearing white. I love the look of white. I find solid colors kind of boring to work in. No matter the solid color, I find them all boring to work in. So I may have napped a couple of times yesterday while I was working on this. I'm not taking any grief for it, guys. I am supplementing some of the powdered sugar with just some of the white from the Pound of Love ball of yarn I got just after Christmas, simply because crochet consumes a vast quantity of yarn, and I only had 5.5-ish balls of this powdered sugar, which is more than enough for like a worsted weight sweater knitted, but not for an oversized crochet shrug cardigan. So we are supplementing with an additional white, which I actually snuck some in down here earlier. So will I get this done today? Oh, God, I'd love to say yes. I'm going to try to push to get this finished today because the challenge starts today. So I have to have this off my plate. And I think I might sacrifice one day of the sweater challenge to get this done because of the sweater I chose. Simply just to get it done so that I don't have it anymore to deal with. We're going to toss that on the floor because that's just how that works. Ooh. Oh, what else? Oops, we can't talk about Sort Challenge yet. I have other things I worked on. Most of the stuff I worked on this week I gave away or as gifts, so they are not even in the house anymore. But I did put in some puttering progress on my wood woes. You guys know I'd finished sleeve one last week. We got sleeve one finished. And I'm on to the ribbing on sleeve two. So we're almost done our sleeves. That doesn't mean the body is done necessarily. Like I still have body work to do, but we are definitely getting tantalizingly close to another fingering weight sweater. The yarn I'm using for this bad boy is, of course, Air and a Firewood Fiber Co. This is the I Am Borg colorway. It glows, which was great. Thanks, Kim and Colin, for letting me use your black lights for your highlighter yarn. I am quite through 100 grams skein of fingering weight yarn for my sleeves. I am going to weigh this at the end so I know how many grams of yarn I need for elbow length sleeves. My length of elbow length sleeves. But I've got, oh gosh, how much ribbing do I have left on this? I have an inch and a quarter left. Yeah, an inch and a quarter left, and then we're good to go. Oh, Asa, it's decided to read me some messages twice. That's exciting, isn't it? However, it remains crammed in the bag. Do I get to work on this often? Absolutely not. I'm thinking on a problem, and I need something that I don't have to think about. That's when this pulls up. So that's how we got the sleeve done this week, because once the sleeve is established, it's not a lot of thinking per se, but I do need to get it done. So we're working on that. What else are we wearing? Oh, my Choose Your Own Adventure sweater. We're working on that. Hence the mentioned earlier to Jude because Jude's test knitting for me. Oh, I should do this. Oh, the I am bored green is so freaking pretty. It's ridiculous, Jude. There we go. Hey, Tracy. Have you finished recovering from your trip to Ottawa? Questions. I needed to get food yesterday, from what I remember. Mm. Oh, guys, coffee. Coffee in a cauldron pot. That's how we do things around here. Maybe. All right. The only other thing that we've been doing, a lot of my week has been getting people up and established and started for test knitting for the Choose Your Own Adventure sweater. That is very slowly getting underway. I am still answering a lot of backlog questions. It's usually pretty intense the first week or so. Like a lot of questions come really, really quickly, and they all have to be dealt with. So fingers crossed, I'm finally caught up and everyone's settled in, and we've a lot of the first initial issues have been dealt with, and I get a little bit more less thinking requirements involved. Because some of it's like, okay, how I chose to explain something doesn't make sense to someone else. So like, how do I break it down and change the instructions so that they're more universally applicable, and making some changes for accessibility matters. So been doing that. I've been trying to figure out if I can do charts because some people prefer charts. I rarely work in charts because they almost universally never convert to dark mode. So I'm currently trying to see if a chart will even convert to dark mode. Because if it does, then yeah, I could do the increased designs and charts. That's not a problem. I for sure will never have schematics or diagrams for any of my sweater knits because those are straight up pictures. They are not things I can work with. They are not things that give me any information. And I wouldn't know if I was giving you guys the correct information with a schematic because I can't interact with it at all. So I know schematics are out the window. We eliminated those this week, but I am still trying to see if maybe I could do charts. We'll find out. However, it does mean I have started another Choose Your Own Adventure sweater. And because we are testing, I'm going to show you guys this one as I work on it. At this point, Choose Your Own Adventure sweater. But it's fine. This is one of the ones we're going to fully finish and take photos of because it's not on scrap yarn. It's not to something. It's not to check out instruction manual. It's just to make the sweater. So now I'm going through the pattern and I'm making it. I'm trying to catch as many mistakes as I can along with the testers to help reduce the human error that is when humans write instructions. This one is going to be made with some ginger snap that and this beautiful dark vampire colorway, I think. It's from not this past September, but the September before Manitoba Fiber Festival when I picked this up. And some of Erin's bone chillin'. I think this is bone chillin'. I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong. I did not read these first before I went live. I was busy removing art yarn from my floor. So these are my two colors. This is going to be my hem and my rest sections, and then this is going to be the texture options because I'm going to do the texture options on this one. I've decided I'm going full sleeve. I've made a lot of these. I'm going full sleeve. I'm doing textures with these colors, but I might just make this a cropped spring sweater because apparently I'm on a cropped sweater kick. And I like the idea of a nice fingering weight I can toss over a tank top and run out the door with into late spring with like a full sleeve situation. So I might do that. The instructions for the sweater body are, stop 2 inches shy of your desired finished length. So according to the designer, who is me, wherever I decide I want to finish, that's when I'm done the body. So we're gonna do that because that's how that works. Where am I gonna stick this yarn? Kitten? I don't trust you right now. We're just extra kitten today, Bug. Extra kitten, Bug. Erin thinks I'm right, guys. This is important. This is important. Oh, bye, Jude. Have a lovely week. We'll see you next week. Good luck with your stuff. I don't remember what you're doing. I don't remember if Jude told us what she's doing. Any number of things could have happened. What time is it in BC, Tracy? It's 12:40, so 11:40, 10. What's what? 10:40, 9:40 for you? Are you 2 hours? behind me or 3 hours behind me. My country is too large. There are too many time zones. It's I think it's like 9:40 or 10:40 for Tracy out on the coast. Don't quote me. By the same respects, I know Nikki, sometimes when she's able to make it in, she's the other way. She's like 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. for her already or something. So I think she's like 2 or 3 hours in the other direction. So we're going to do that. Oh no. Don't reread me messages. Thanks, Taka. But I have one started a neckline. It's not fancy. It's not the best one by one ribbing I have ever done in my life. I am not a fan of my hand knits looking perfect. I am a fan of my hand knits being done. I want the imperfections, I guess you would call for it, or design echoes, or like I want people to know that this was not made in a machine shop somewhere in China or Thailand or Taiwan or Vietnam or India. Like I want people to know that I put the labor into the garments that I wear, and I didn't, buy a fast fashion piece. So I want the non-perfect look of a handmade item. I don't want the perfect look of a machine-made item. So it doesn't look super exciting because guys, I'm doing the ribbing. I'm doing the ribbing on a neckline. It's ribbing on a neckline. As the designer, I'm going to say it's totally fine. I'm doing one by one ribbing through the back loop on the knits. So I have a twisted rib situation going on. Why? Because I like twisted rib and I like one by one. I am working in fingering. Some of the testers are working in DK weight yarns because it is 20 stitches over 4 inches. Both are applicable yarn weights to be used depending on how dense you like your sweaters. I like mine to be a little bit looser. So we're going to do the ribbing and then I need to start my shoulder increasing. I am not going to do short rows on this one. I don't want a front or back easily identifiable. I just want to know if it's inside out or not inside out. I don't care after that. So I on this one, I've done short row shaping on other samples and it's fine. I'm personally not a huge short row shaping fan, though I did include those instructions because I know a lot of people are. So I wanted to be well into the rest rows. Let's be honest. I wanted to be through my first texture section. I wanted to be through my first texture section and well on my way towards splitting for my sleeves. I am not. I am behind. So I need to get crack-a-lacking on this week. I spent a chunk of time working on the cardigan, the crochet cardigan, which is why I'm kind of like, I really should just finish that bad boy and get it done. Do a little focus down situation and finish this herringbone cardigan today if I can, which will free up oodles of time this week. Oodles, people. Oodles. Oodles. Oh, I am the tired puppy. And I slept a good chunk of Friday after everything was so said and done. It was great. I was weaving in ends as family was over visiting. Classic crafter move. Classic crafter move. But that is it. In addition to, can I? Oh no. I'm gonna, guys, check out the Instagram feed for the photos. I will post them later today. I'll just post both of them today and get them out for everybody. Showing your screen on a screen is tricky and it never really works super well. So I'm going to just check it out there for my mom's hexagon cardigan and the vintage mark tote that I made to go with it. I can't confirm mittens for sure. The mittens got done. I can't confirm mittens for sure till Friday when the check-in happens. So I'm just not going to show any photos of those. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. May have been weaving in ends on a specific project while family was over. We'll go with that story. Oh, I didn't even get photos. Note to self: call mom and ask for photos. Hey mom, if you're watching, I need photos of the mittens that the internet doesn't know are finished because it's not supposed to know till Friday. Don't tell anybody. As I tell the internet. All right. Do we do acquisitions then 2 week sweater challenge? Or do we do 2 week sweater challenge and then acquisitions? Let's do acquisitions and then we'll talk about the 2 week sweater challenge. I have January's yarn. Uh-oh. I looked at the name before we went live. I promise, Erin. I promise I did. This is Erin's Club colorway from January. This here is Bob's Burger themed. It's okay if you don't know what that is. It's an animated cartoon. Uh, think along Simpsons, Family Guy sort of ideas for that sort of plan. I believe Tristan is doing a burger recipe with each month since it's about burgers. It's about a restaurant that makes burgers. Lots of puns, lots of fun, very dry sense. Erin was telling me about it. I've never watched it. I don't have any inclination to watch it. With that, I trust in Erin's colors, so I was like, "Yep, sign me up." And I was right to trust in Erin's colors because look at this. Look at this. How freaking cute is this? And with a name called New Baconings, done. I'm game. So I went DK weight again this year. This will be my last year for DK weight for a while, but I want to do a little more stockpiling for scrappy DK weight sweaters, like that coffee, or is it the double date sweater that I keep stealing from here while we're at shows to wear? I need to make my own. So I'm continuing the collect DK weights kids of yarn train. Next year, I think I'm going to go back to fingering. However, January is good. The best part is I don't have February or March, so I didn't have to worry that I was showing you guys the wrong one. I only have January. There's nothing for me to confuse. I do need to find a way. I got some black wire baskets, thanks to my uncle who's not my uncle. So I'm going to start organizing my yarn stash behind me by weight and putting specific weights in different baskets to help me identify what's what. Because unless I'm specifically looking very, very closely, I cannot tell the difference between fingering and DK from any distance. I have to be like super close. So I want to make my life a little bit easier, and I'm going to start to put them in different baskets. So this is going to be the first one to go into its own wired basket because there's going to be yarn club baskets so that I know how much I have left of each yarn club. However, what am I going to make with this kit? I don't know. Haven't even thought about it. Not super worried. Why? Because just Erin's yarn gets used. Something pops up. It works perfectly. I really think the roses are what's driving my nose nuts right now. But they're pretty. Double date sweater. Thank you. I have to make one. And then that one and a wrap tie one I keep borrowing from her every time we're at shows. I need to make both of those this year, so I stop borrowing Erin's samples and I start wearing my own. So they are on the short list this year. I mean, what they say are Erin's brown striped sweater and Erin's wrap sweater. Oh, I know what I mean, and that's fine. That's the part that matters. I don't need the pattern name until we get there. Gotta survive February. All right, January club yarn done. Let's do. Can't really show you. My mom brought some yarn down because now yarn just shows at my mother's house even when I'm not there, which is that's fine. I am happy to help bring yarn into my life and redistribute yarn out of my life to places where it needs to go. Even if where it needs to go is my stash. So she brought down a big old bag. And I mean, a big old bag. This thing's just full of yarn bits and bobs. One of the neighbors in the cul-de-sac had a family member pass away. And she was a crafter, and the family doesn't know what to do with her knitting supplies and her crafting supplies. So as they've been finding them, they brought them over to my mom, and my mom was like, "Yep, nope, I got a daughter who will be able to make sure that this stuff doesn't get just tossed in the garbage, not used." So I am currently the proud owner of a large brown paper bag of cotton yarn. It's mostly cotton, it's mostly acrylic. It is the odds and end balls with no labels. So that's gonna be fun. I have one bag with yarn with a label, and they're partial balls, and it says Karen Cake Cotton on it. So we know for sure that two partial balls are Karen Cotton Cake. The rest of it, I don't know. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna do the touch test. We're gonna do the burn test. We'll put it, locate it in the right places. A lot of it I will probably keep for myself because I love working in cotton. Some of it will be really well to go to the church that I volunteer at for the kids to have for craft supplies. So they will be used and they will be enjoyed. So I am happy to do that. Hello, Phaedra. Yeah, I know. I moved the brown bags back where it came from. That's not how that works in the cat brain, ladies and gents. So that is the first of I don't know. I've always been very vocal to the universe and very vocal with you guys that because I volunteer, because I do other things, because I go to seniors' homes and I essentially I volunteer with kids and I volunteer at seniors' homes. I am always keeping an eye out for stuff that I can bring to supplement crafting supply bundles. Seniors in the senior cares homes have next to no budgets for the most part, so I like to have yarn to go with me. So if there's something that they would like to craft on, or if they're an at-risk youth and they're going to the drop-in program, I like them to be able to have yarn that they can work with, so that they have a craft and they have something to do that isn't, sitting in a room not talking to people because they're in a seniors care home or being on the streets because they don't have anywhere else to go in the afternoons. So I enjoy being that weird knitting crafting lady that they all know. Little being objective since I'm taller than I interact with, and that's fine, including most of the men. But I do like that. I mean, I also donate like brown paper bags and I buy popsicle sticks for the little kids for glitter sparkle crafts and stuff. So like it's something I feel strongly about, so it's something that I do. I also don't think that I need praise for it, so I don't mention it any more often than just going, note, this is what's going to happen with some of the students. So I got to go through it. I got to sort it, organize it, decide what I can use, and decide what should be home somewhere else so that it can be used as well. So there we go. I'm not going to count it as fully added to the stash till I figure out what's going where, but I do owe you guys a stash update video for the destashing that we're doing. So we got stuff going on. It's a black coffee mug. It's fine. I can't see inside white coffee mugs. All right, last thing we got to do before we can talk 2 week sweater challenge. It's time to pick another skein of yarn. We're into February. Remember in January we pulled out that like 150-ish gram lichen in my crevices yarn. I think I know what I want to do with that. I want to hold it double, not with itself, but with another strand. And I'm pretty settled on the idea of making another snood or cowl situation. So I need to decide how marled, not marled, I want it to look. I need to decide what color of yarn I'm going to hold it with and get going because this marled snood, you can literally do that like in a half double crochet or a double crochet and you let the yarn do all the work and it looks really pretty. I've done it before. So I may just do that again. I like it and I like the one snood I did make that way. It's that one I held. What's that weird thick, thin, bubbly yarn that people either love or hate? It's got a specific boucle. I held a strand of boucle yarn and a strand of sparkle fingering together, and I made a snood. And oh, I've been wearing it all winter. It's warm, it's fuzzy, it's cheerful, and you get just the sparkle. So I'm like, hmm, I might need to make another one of those. That or I'm gonna make no, that or I'm gonna make a headband and mittens. I haven't decided for sure yet, but I know I want to hold that lichen in my crevices with another strand of something to give it a little bit bulk for crocheting and go that way. So at least I have a semi idea of what I'm gonna do. I knew I wasn't gonna get to cast on in January because oh guys, we were not getting that cast on in January. So we're definitely gonna cast on this month. Let's dig to the bottom. Let's pull up the skein. This looks like a good skein. If anybody remembers, this is from my stash. If you don't know, at the end of the year, I asked the mysterious Mr. B to go in and pick 12 skeins of yarn. He was free to pick whatever 12 skeins of yarn, so floated his boat. Not to show me, put it in the Walmart reusable bag. They have to be good for something. Stupid blue bags. Then Aaron of Fireweed Fiber Co. came over and I said, the mysterious Mr. B picked out a whole bunch of yarn, but he doesn't know what a sweater quantity is, and I wasn't going to explain it to him. This is not his hobby. Aaron said, on it. And changed a couple of the colors out and picked whatever floated her boat, zhuzhed the numbers a little, and then wrapped them for me so that I have no idea what yarn I have had pulled from my stash to create a yarn club for myself. Always fun. I enjoy this. I have over 500 skeins of yarn. I do not remember all of my stash. That's insane. That's insane. Now, would I notice a huge chunk of some of them go missing? Yeah, like a four of one thing went missing. Like that, I would notice. But one skein? No, no, I do not. I do not. I have no idea what any of these are. And I've been in my stash recently, and I couldn't tell you what's missing. I couldn't tell you what's missing. So it gives me a way to use up the last of my wrapping paper, which I appreciate because we've moved away from wrapping paper as family gift wrapping ideas. Hence all the crochet bags I've been making the last little bit. Oh no, the lights are off. To help prevent the light lines that you get from modern day lights on videos, the light's not on in the office right now. So I have no idea what this looks like. Guys, I got this yarn. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I'm not gonna know for a hot minute. Cool beans for me, but you guys have the natural light going on, so I don't know what this is. I think it's Erin of Fireweed 5 Go. Erin, I think this is your yarn. Do you know what it is? I don't know what it is. Oh, I'm sure it's got a label on it somewhere. Oh, it does. Ooh, that's almost big enough for me to see that it's print. It's that, guys. That's the colorway we're working with today. I don't know if the camera is even picking that up or not. I don't have a terribly amazing camera. I've got a thing, but we are definitely fingering weight, she says questioningly. Possibly DK? I'm gonna have to hold this up next to another skein. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Oh, it's Mystery DNA. Mr. DNA. Did I listen to that correctly? I did not listen to that correctly. Let's try that again. Talk back. Help me out, buddy. Mr. DNA. Ooh. When did I get Mr. DNA? What's Mr. DNA from? Is this from a club? This has got to be from a club. Is it from a dinosaur club? Is this last year's dinosaur club colorway? It must be. Oh, that's okay. Either way, if it's Aaron's yarn, I'm happy. I'm happy as a pig in pig in a thing I shouldn't say on the internet. Because yes, DK. What could we do with a skein of DK? Hmm. Mr. DNA is dinosaur yarn. Okay, thank you, Aaron. Oh. Okay, we've got a skein of DK weight yarn. What can we do with a skein of DK weight yarn, guys? We could do mittens. We could do a hat. We could do a cowl situation. I could pull out a neutral. We could add it to something and make like a little stripe. I could put it in towards a color work option. Oh, that's where it's referencing. Okay, guys, Aaron just let us know where it was referencing in the Jurassic Park movies. I watched them many, many moons ago, and I don't see well enough now to rewatch things to catch visual cues. So poor Erin is left describing things to me. She knows I can't see. It's fine. I'm almost feeling like we need something small. Something small, not too terribly big. I don't know if I really want to do another hat. I am very reluctant on the hat part. But I could go for some more mittens. So maybe we make some color work mittens. Maybe I find a nice contrasting neutral and we do a little color work mitten action. That could be fun. because whatever I have left over after could be put towards one of the blanket projects. Okay, I'm gonna think on this, but I'm leaning towards maybe some mittens or like some fingerless mittens. Ooh, I could go with some new fingerless mittens. Or just some nice DK mittens for myself, you know. Maybe I make the midwinter mittens, but I just make them in one color and do the slip stitches anyway in the pattern. Oh, that'd be nice. Oh, I could do that. I could do that. Oh, Tracy, DK socks. Oh, wait. Here's a very good question. Here's a very good question. If we do DK weight socks, is 100 grams enough for a lady's size 10 pair of socks? Or are we talking shorty like house slipper socks? 'Cause for sure, I think I could do shorty house slipper socks on one skein of yarn, but I don't think I could do full length socks. But I could do shorty DK socks. Do I have a 3.5 millimeter needle to do DK weight socks on? Here's also a very good question. What's the gauge for DK weight socks? I might need to be on a 4. 4 millimeter needles I have. Those I have. I don't know if I have a 3.5 anymore. I think I still have a 3.5. I'm gonna look at DK weight socks, Tracy. That's a good idea. I haven't actually made any DK weight socks. Never. I've never made DK weight socks. But DK socks, I really think it's the roses. And you know what? I don't care. They're pretty. They're yellow and they're little bulbs and they're just getting ready to flower and open. But I definitely need to get some plant stuff to feed roses because I want to keep that little bush. It's a potted plant, guys. He didn't give me cut flowers. He gave me a potted plant. So I need to get some. I need to get some. This is what you feed roses to keep them alive. Stuff. You know that stuff. You know what I'm talking about. Comes in a little packet for the cut flowers. There's got to be a version like that for flowers and dirt because I have dirt at the bottom of my flowers. And we're gonna try to keep them alive. Is what we're gonna do. Okay. Possibly DK white socks or some fingerless mittens or something. But that if you've got another idea for like the DK that I could use a single skein of DK for, absolutely enable me on that. I will happily take enabling. Right. A little cauldron coffee, and then we're gonna talk swatches 2 week sweater challenge and wrap this bad boy up because I've got to go to a Zoom call at like shortly. If it's 3 o'clock Eastern, that's 2 o'clock my time. So yeah, shortly. 3 o'clock, yeah, because 3 o'clock in Ontario is 2 o'clock my time. Right. I can't time zone. I can't time zone. I can't time zone, people. This is a problem for me. Thanks to everybody for talking me into switching up my sweaters to something that would be a smidge bit easier given that I'm doing the test knit, as the case may be. Tracy sent me a test. Tracy, are you enabling me with links? Love it. Keep it coming, babe. Uh, I gauge swatched. What are words? Okay, I gauge swatched. Those are the correct English words for the Ursa sweater. So we were talking sweaters last week, and I really wanted to work on the Winter Woods by nope, it's falling right out of my brain. Guys, it's Arctic, it's categorized Antarctica. Yeah, I'm sure everyone's yelling at me at the screen telling me the information my brain is just executive to decided I don't need anymore. But upon further discussion, the Ursa is a crop sweater and will take less time for me to make because it is a bulky weight yarn. Given that I am knitting on a fingering weight sweater and I need to get 2 of them done as fast as possible, this is the more practical option. Have I stopped dreaming of winter woods? No, that's still absolutely going to happen. So we will have a winter woods. I'm just not going to do it as a 2 week sweater challenge. Oh, thank you, Tracy. I love a DK sock. I've never made one, so I'm interested to make them. So we have a swatch. This is for the other skein. I mean, I call it a skein. The other anniversary Karen cake that I have, which is definitely Christmas color themed. So we're going to make our Ursa on this. Now, the pattern called for 11.5 stitches over 4 inches. And that's fine. Oh, hello. Who am I saying hello to? Uh, I could tell Louise that she'll be late. That's not a problem. The messages read them all out in one big chunk to me, so sometimes my brain gets information in the middle of me giving out information. With 11.5 stitches over 4 inches, what I needed to get for my gauge swatch, I laughed at the 6.5 recommended needle size. I went, that's okay. 11.5 stitches over 4 inches is like 3 stitches and a smidge. Like like I think the math is technically 3.1 stitches every inch. I 0.1, come on. I need about 3 stitches per inch. Millimeter on a bulky? Absolutely not. The stitches would be way too tight, and I would absolutely have more than 3 stitches per inch. So I pulled out an 8mm needle and went, I might have to go down to a 7. We'll find out, but we're going to start on an 8. Just on a wing and a prayer, I was going to try the 8 out. So while we were watching, paid Patreon members, we do a monthly movie afternoon, night, morning, depending on your time of day. And we were doing remake movies this month. So we watched the Charlie's Angels movie. Just as cheesy as the original 70s TV show. Highly recommend. Good time was had by all. I laughed so hard, my stomach hurt. I was developing abs while I watched that movie, and I knit a gauge swatch. Turns out I need an 8mm needle to get gauge for 11.5 stitches over 4 inches. I'm a smidge off. I'm 11.3 or 4, whatever, close enough to 11.5 with 4 inches of positive ease. I am not going to notice the difference. So we have a gauge swatch. I have a pair of needles, the needles I knit on, I gauge swatched on, and I have a giant ball of yarn because it's the anniversary carrot cake yarn. We're gonna make a sweater. Oh, the trick is gonna be for the Ursa is there is that tiny little detailing on it, and I knit inside out and backwards. So while I'm knitting the sections that are flat, because it's V-necked, so there's going to be flat knitting sections before we connect in the round. That's just how V-necks work. I'm going to have to remember however it is I get that detail. Don't know. Haven't read. I haven't read the sweater. I read all the intro stuff first and did my gauge swatch. So I'm going to read the sweater pattern and cast on today. But however I get that little twist detail, it'll be a purl or a knit out of place, right? To get that little detail situation. I'm going to have to remember to reverse it once I get into the round, or the detail is going to disappear and move to the inside of the sweater. It's fine. I know I have to do it. I just got to remember to do it. That's going to be the trick when we get there. But hopefully, because that is a nice boxy crop sweater, I am making size of 54 inches, which is technically 2 inches bigger than my bust, like an inch to 2 inches bigger than my bust, but it is a solid 4 inches bigger than the rest of my measurements. Because normally I make a 48-inch bust and have a lot of negative ease over the girls, like I did with this sweater, simply because I have a 48-inch upper bust and shoulder measurement, but I have a 52, 53-inch full bust measurement. So I have to choose where I want the fit, and I almost always want the fit in the shoulders more than I want the fit to be loose around the chest. My chest is my chest. I am not offended. I don't need to hide it. I don't feel shame about it. It is just a part of my body, and it's fine. However, with a boxy sweater, I have that freedom to make the finished bust measurements for my finished bust measurements because it's not supposed to sit securely on your shoulders. It's meant to be 80s drapey. So I have a little bit more leeway with fit that way, which is great. I mean, you're still going to know I have very large testicles, and that's fine. That's what they are. But it will mean that I've got that extra space to have a dress underneath. And the goal is to wear the Ursa with my sweater dress, with my summer dresses. with my summer dresses. Yes, I've got sweater dresses on the brain. I know. I have a blue t-shirt one. I have the polka dot one you guys always see me wear, and I have my I'm mimicking in 70s couch one. They're all like T-length or maxi length dresses, and they're meant for summer, and I think would look really nice with that cardigan popped over top. Pullover popped on top. So that's what we're going for. I'm still gonna make the winter woods. It's sitting in the back of my brain. I know we made the right call moving me to the cropped Ursa on the bulky, especially with the test knit undergoing. So I'm gonna put the winter woods on the needles as soon as I can. Screen, why'd you turn off? Rude. Rude. Screen, rude. Ah, that's things. So there's where we sit with my 2-week sweater. The moment, the moment I am done this, I have to put my coffee shop cardigan on the needles, well, on the hook, because from today to the 14th is the 2-week sweater challenge, and then the 15th to the 28th of February, I'm crocheting a sweater for 2 weeks. That one I will show you guys probably next Sunday. Why? Because the yarn's like in a bag over there, and I don't want to get up right now. If I get up, it's to go eat and do other things. So I think that's everything, right? We talked about my projects, my family visit. We opened up yarn together. I showed off my acquisitions. 2-week sweater challenge. We got it done. Yeah, cast on, establish. But I think I need to get this week. I need to obviously work on my Choose Your Own Adventure sweater. I need to work on my 2-week sweater. Those are top freaking priority. I haven't touched the Halloween project for the month, so I need to just see if I can like sneak some work on that in if I can. Maybe that's what becomes sort of like when I'm sitting at the computer desk waiting for things to process. I work on my Halloween project. I think does a Christmas stocking win? I can't even remember what one anymore. I'm gonna have to go double check. It's a good thing I got everybody to vote on Instagram so I could just go back and look, right? Uh, for better or for worse, I'm going to pull another couple late nights and I'm going to get the herringbone cardigan done either today or tomorrow and get that finished so we have an FO for next week. Because again, I need to be done the body on the Ursa, and while it's cropped, it's still a fair number of stitches, and I can't like make it cropped as per length in the pattern. I'm going to have to go longer because I'm taller in the torso, so I want it to hit the right spot, right? But I need to be on sleeves. I need to be on sleeves by the end of this week. So like Sunday when I come back here and we chat again, I need to have my Ursa on the sleeves. Like I need to have my first sleeve picked up. So uh that's a thing. I wonder. Do you think? Okay. I am going to go see if I have stash DK weight yarn for contrast toes and cuffs for a pair of DK shorty socks. I'm going to work on my herringbone tonight. We're going to go eat some lunch because I need to get some lunch in my system. I've got a Zoom call upcoming for the cute crochet group. We've got hair, like head accessory stuff this month as the challenge. So I need some sort of hat, headband, ear warmer, kerchief, balaclava, snooge situation. I need to figure out what I want to do for that. Would I do one of the lighter summer weight things? Yes, except all of those that I want to make are knit, so that's not going to work for a crochet challenge. So I'm gonna have to figure out a hat crochet a witch's hat. Can I crochet a witch's hat? It's a head accessory. Does that count? Do you think people would get mad at me? Can you imagine that? So I decided to make a witch's hat. Technically, it would count. It goes on your head. I can't commit to a really large hat project. If I could commit to a really large hat project, I would absolutely make that mushroom witch hat, but that is well over 3,000 yards of crochet to do, and it's stuffed and it's massive. Oh yeah, yeah, I want to make it. But I don't know the time. I do not know the time this month for a ginormous mushroom hat situation. Though now that I think about it, the temptation is very large. Okay, Asa, tell me no. Asa, tell me no. I can't do the mushroom hat. Mmm, cauldron coffee, so tasty. Let's go split for the sleeves on the Choose Your Own Adventure sweater. Finish the herringbone cardigan. I got to be done the body for the Ursa as the 3 primary goals. Stretch goal for craft would be the Halloween project, simply because we need to get some work done on that before the voting goes up for next month's Halloween project. And then I've got to do something with the hat situation for the crochet group. Good thing we don't have secret crafting this month, because me and Louise take February off from secret crafting while we work on our 2 weeks sweater challenges. So I'm sorry. Did I just get a "you can do it" as in do the mushroom hat? Like, you guys have no idea how easy it is to talk me into things. Like, I can hear Asa rolling her eyeballs at me from Norway, going, "Woman, you are ridiculous." Um, I have to somehow sneak a sibling or birthday present into here, and I still need to get my dad's slippers remade. So there's still family stuff I should be working on. I mean, I don't know if my sibling would be mad if I was like, "Your birthday present's late," because I had to crochet a mushroom hat for myself first. I'm not sure she'd be upset about it. She might want to see the mushroom hat, which would be fair. Fair, maybe. Susanna, my dear, take care of your phone. Don't worry about hanging out. Go and take care of your phone so that your phone functions properly, my love. As a part of tech maintenance, it is the not fun part of the week. I'm going to say that I'm Jocelyn. This is the Northern Knits podcast. Have a wonderful crafting week. If it's cold where you are, stay warm. If it's warm where you are, stay cool. Have snacks. Take naps. Because, oh my God, naps are so nice. I will see you guys. Oh gosh. You're in the crochet group in like an hour. If you're not in the crochet group, on Friday with Louise. And if not, on the Friday night check-ins, I will see you back here on Sunday. And no matter where your week takes you, don't forget to craft. Guys, I still don't know where my end stream button is. There it is. Maybe? Oh, and VDA, I miss you.